welcome to the VIVA Lasagna. I've mastered this recipe once before. I've never tried it a second time because it was so perfect the first time. I couldn't risk it again, but I'm doing it now. I'm returning. I've got like 5 people who's gonna try it afterwards. And yeah, so you cook your meat 10 minutes in the frying pan, and now I'm gonna add this to a saucepan with my Dolmio sauce. I haven't mastered doing my own sauce yet. That's step 2. So, like I said, I've only made this once before. And there's a couple differences I do when I make my lasagna. One is I only go for meat. Right, I'm gonna add the sauce in, but no onions or tomatoes, which I know is off-putting, but trust me, there's a reason to this madness. One reason is that I'm fussy. I don't want to have onions. Second reason, there is actually, I feel like it accentuates the meat, right? It adds focus to the meat. It's like when you have a pizza with too many toppings. It loses the pizzaness, right? This is pure lasagna. La Viva Lasagna is what it's called. If you are interested in the recipe, I'll put it down below. So just to recap, you cook your meats, fry it for 10 minutes, and then you put it all in the saucepan. Now, after I add my sauce, I'm gonna simmer this for half an hour, okay? 30 minutes of just this, and I'm gonna occasionally add my spices in, which you'll see now. One thing I do is the recipe told me to add 1 Oxo Cube, right? Just 1. I do something different. I add 1 and a little pinch of an extra bit, right? So like 1 1/4, which it may not make a difference, but the first time the lasagna was so good, I kind of have to do it every time now, unless today's bad. Yeah, so now I'm gonna add in my Oxo Cube. I'm gonna do sporadically. I'm gonna pinch a little bit, I'm gonna spread it around, probably pinch like maybe half of it. Spread it around. Now I'm going to stir in that little bit. Okay, and then after I stir it, I'm going to add the other little bit. So I'm going to add it in sporadically. Now this is the key ingredient to the Viva Lasagna, which makes it different to every other lasagna. You got to add in a little corner of a second Oxo Cube. No one else does this anymore. And yeah, here we go. Second little piece now. Not much, just that, just to add a little bit of flavour in here, just to really make it different. So now I'm going to add in a little bit of my thyme. Like I said, I do about a spoonful of this. So just to add a little bit of flavour into it, just a little kick of that. And then that is all my ingredients now locked in to the meat sauce. And now I'm going to stir that in nice and perfectly. So it's been simmering for about 10 minutes now. I'm going to do it for another about 15-20 minutes more. And then I will be back in a second. So, step 2 is done. I now have my meat sauce. Some bits of the meat cooked a bit too long, but that's okay. It's only got 10% of it. It's very good. Now let me refer to my recipe Bible, right? Only one thing is in this book, which is my Viva Lasagna, right? Bam, you've done the first bit. You've fried the mince, you've drained the meat, right? Second bit, you've cooked it all in a saucepan. You've added 1 1/2 Oxo Cubes and a tablespoon of thyme. I've now separated that. I'm going to do 3 layers of meat, each topped by a layer of pasta sheets. On top of each pasta sheet layer, you're going to add some white sauce. Although on the top layer of meat, you're just going to do the white sauce, no pasta sheet. You're also going to do a cheeky layer of cheese under the top layer of meat. And yeah, and you're going to do cheese on the top, and that's it. I'm going to show you now. Lovely. Now, it's important not to put too much meat in. As long as you cover the layer, that's all that matters. So that's the bottom layer done. It doesn't matter if there's a couple gaps, because, you know, there's going to be many layers, so that's okay. So I've added my sneaky layer of cheese that goes under the meat. I'm now going to add the rest of the meat and then top that with white sauce now. There's not much meat left actually, so I got to do this sparingly now. So words of wisdom to Viva Lasagna number 3. Keep some meat for the top layer, because I've used a bit too much on my second layer, it looks like. But it's all going to be in the same mouthful, so I guess it's not going to be too bad. So I definitely think this half is going to be the chef's half, because there's less meat over here, so I'll probably give out this half to people because that's probably the tastiest bit. But yeah, and I'm gonna add my cheese on. So now Izzy's gonna add on the mozzarella ball. And then that will be the final step before it goes in the oven. Let me preheat
it. It looks like a giant baby bell.
Like I said, it's going to be in there for 40 minutes at 180. That's how it looks before, and we will see it afterwards. So, it is complete. Look at that. Do a little point, Izzy. There you go.
The cheese bits.
All the cheesy bits. Very happy with how it looks. I haven't tasted it yet, but I'll taste it in a minute. The layers look good. It just looks perfect. I'm very happy with that. I haven't tasted it yet, but from looks, I'm very happy. But that was not it though, because as I said, my wife is vegetarian, meaning she couldn't try it. So I took it to work, I gave some to my auntie, some to my mom, some of my co-workers tried it, and yeah, here are their reactions.
Pretty happy with said lasagna. So I'm just about to eat some lasagna that James made me. He said I had to video it. It looks amazing, so let's try. Oh, that's so good. That is really good, James. Gotta be honest. One of the best lasagnas I've ever tasted. 10 out of 10. Thank you, James.
There it goes. Could have been warned about having to film, because I got half of it. Delicious, James. Here we go, Chief. Oh, it does look good. It's cold, but that's because I don't want to heat it up, because I want to heat it up tonight. Oh, this does look nice. You don't skimp on the cheese, dude. You can't. Oh, I love lasagna so much. Ah. Oh, fuck, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. 10 out of 10. Update. I couldn't restrain myself. I just smashed the whole thing in 3 minutes.
Hey guys, Chris talking here. I forgot to film my reaction, but I need to say the meal that James made is the best I've ever tried. I thought I was a good chef, but everything I know about cooking has been obliterated after trying James' recipe. It's easily the best thing I've ever tasted, and I myself will now have to take a break from cooking, as I know I couldn't produce something anywhere near as tasty as the VIVA Lasagne.
So yeah, that was me making my VIVA lasagna. The second time I've made it. But yeah, as of right now, my recipe Bible has one thing in it, which is the VIVA lasagna. There you go. But yeah, very happy with that. I'm about to get it out of the oven myself in a second, so hopefully this is nice. And yeah, recipe 1 done.